Hey everyone, I am back today to review more brands that you have requested for me to assess. These are non-US brands. These are brands that those of you living outside of the US, in Canada, Australia, and the UK, you have been asking me for my opinion on brands not found in the US for quite a while. So I decided to put a post up the other day, and you have been giving me your suggestions of brands that you want me to check out. So I am going through those one by one. I did several yesterday, and my goal is to get through all of them, even if I have to go live every day for a month. So we will see. And for those of you wanting me to also do the same thing on companies in the US, I would be happy to do that as well. So let's just keep going with this. The next brand that I have been asked to assess is from Youngevity. Chanel has asked me to do this. She's the one that posted in our group. I'm just going to zoom in here so that those of you on your phone can also see exactly what I'm seeing without having to zoom in too or squint too hard, I guess, because you can't really zoom. Let me just shut that off so you can see everything. So it looks like these are the single essential oils. So let me go through these for you, some of them. Let me just scroll down a little bit to see what we have here. So it looks like these are a little bit more expensive than I normally see for essential oils. $30 for cinnamon is a little bit high, especially for a 5 mil. That's very high. Let's see. So one thing that I notice about the cinnamon is that it's just cinnamon. It doesn't say cinnamon leaf, doesn't say cinnamon bark, and there is a difference when it comes to the safety between the two. Cinnamon bark is not safe for use during pregnancy, and cinnamon leaf is. Just to name one thing that's different. Okay, so they do have some safety notes. Best if applications are done with a carrier oil. That's true. So it looks like they're suggesting to dilute first. Neat undiluted application to areas of the body other than the feet is not advised. Use in moderation, avoid during pregnancy, not recommended for children under 12 years unless diluted in the carrier, not recommended for pets. I am wondering if this is their standard safety note for all of their essential oils. So we will find out. Um, so as far as using neat essential oils on the feet, it looks like they're recommending if you use it on the feet, you don't have to dilute. And that is not the case. Also, using on the feet is not generally going to be effective for most issues. It says this helps with circulation, which is true. There are no essential oils that help with blood sugar issues. That's just not something that essential oils are good for helping with. So that would be the details. Let's look at nutritional facts. So let's see, they're suggesting 1 or 2 drops in a tissue and inhale. Massage in 1 ounce carrier oil, use 1 drop. So 1 drop in 1 ounce is definitely not a high dilution, so that would be safe. 1 drop in 3 drops of carrier. Okay, so in a massage, they're recommending a drop in an ounce of carrier, but topical on bottom of feet only, they're recommending a 33% dilution. Interesting. Not recommended. So again, this looks like their basic safety information I'm assuming that they probably have on all of their essential oils. And I don't know about you, but when they have the same exact safety recommendations for everything, you kind of tune it out. You're like, okay, that's just their cover their butt statement, and that is not actually going to be safety specific to the essential oil, because there are different safety issues depending on which essential oil that you are using. It's not one size fits all. Downloadable documents. So, certificate of analysis is not going to have safety information in it. Okay, interesting. So, there's still nothing saying whether this is leaf or bark. So, we don't know. We don't know that, do we? Okay, clove bud, coriander, cypress, eucalyptus. So let's see what they have for eucalyptus. I like clicking through on eucalyptus because this is an essential oil that's not safe for under age 10. No, they actually say that. I am so impressed. That is really hard to find. Okay, so these safety notes are definitely different than the ones for cinnamon. So, because they said for cinnamon that it's not recommended for pregnant women, I wonder if we can assume that that would be cinnamon bark, because cinnamon bark is not recommended for pregnant women. Not for internal use, not for applications for the face, not recommended for babies or young children under age 10. Great job. Not recommended for pregnant women. It is safe for use during pregnancy, though. Cool. That is impressive. Good job. Good job. I think that's literally the first company that I've assessed in the last 2 days that has actually said that. That is the first one. Okay, super. Okay, fennel is one that I always cringe when I see because it is potentially carcinogenic. Oh, good job. Not for use during pregnancy, not for use by those with epilepsy, not recommended for internal use by those with estrogenic cancers due to its estrogen like properties. I like seeing that. Now, while essential oils don't contain hormones, some of them are reproductive hormone modulators. So, for fennel, if you've had cancer, if you have endometriosis, you have to be super careful, and it's potentially carcinogenic. So, that is one essential oil that I really don't recommend anyone use. I recommend avoiding it totally, not just internally, but altogether. But I like this. Again, this is the first company I've seen that I've assessed since yesterday that has actually had this information for fennel. So that is impressive. I'm really excited about that. Now I've heard of Youngevity, but I don't think I've ever been to their website. So I'm looking at this with fresh eyes for you guys. Let's see if lemon is flagged for being phototoxic. And it is. Awesome. So, safety note phototoxic, avoid direct exposure to the sun or tanning booths for 12 hours after use on skin. I would like to see them point out that you can use this up to a 2% dilution. So, as long as you are using at 2% or less, then you can use this even when exposed to the sun. It's only if you go above 2% that there are issues. But I love that they do have the flag here. So that is great. Awesome. I like that. I am so surprised. This is very unusual. Okay, so where was I? It didn't actually bring me to where I was. Okay, so let's see if their lemongrass talks about, I did the quick view, I don't want the quick view, talks about needing to dilute a lot. There we go. Possible dermal irritation for those with hypersensitive skin. Use with care. Undiluted use not recommended for children and the elderly. So to be a little bit more detailed and specific, although I love that they have this because most places do not, this does need a 0.8% dilution. So it's not just people with hypersensitive skin. Everyone needs to dilute this to 0.8%. When using topically. So it does make lemongrass tricky to use topically because you need to dilute it so much. This is really best to inhale because there aren't those irritants with inhalation. But I do like that they are pointing that out, at least giving you a nudge in the right direction. So that is great. Great to see. Myrrh. Okay, let's see if they're flagging this for not use during pregnancy. There you go. They have it. Not recommended for use during pregnancy. Okay, I'm really liking this. Wow. I'm like super curious to know. They obviously have somebody on their staff that has a clue. That's good to see. All right, oregano. Now, oregano does have a lot of safety issues. Let's see what they have listed here. Okay, well, that's very interesting. It doesn't look like they have really much of anything here. Okay, you can see a giant question mark over my head. Let's see if they say patchouli is anticoagulant. Let's see. Non-toxic, non-irritant, non-sensitizing, tends to suppress the appetite. Not really. Minimal amounts are sedative, but large amounts may be stimulating, so do not recommend use at bedtime. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that at all. Interesting. So it looks like a lot of their guidelines are pretty close to spot on or spot on, and some of them are just lacking. For example, this one, let's see. Okay, it looks like just that their formatting is a little bit different here. Use in moderation, too much can cause headache or nausea. It doesn't mention anything about the low topical max that you need to have for ylang ylang. So let's see what else. Spearmint has a low topical max. Let's see if they mention that. Yeah, so that's not true for spearmint. That would be peppermint sometimes. They do recommend avoiding if you're taking homeopathic remedies. They don't mention anything about the fact it needs to be diluted to 1.7% when used topically. Let's see what they have for rosemary as far as avoiding under age 10. They don't. Stimulant not for use with high blood pressure. That is not true. Use with caution when pregnant. Also not true. This is safe for use during pregnancy. It looks like they have the E off of cineol. Cineol is, oh, okay, so the E's up here, but it's not here and it's not on their image. Interesting. No flag for this is not safe for use under age 10, even though they do have it for eucalyptus, so that's interesting. So it looks like they need a little bit of refining on their safety information. Okay, how did I end up on a page that only has 7 out of 43? Let's click on that again. I'm curious to go ahead and look at a little bit more from them. Okay, Birch is a blood thinner. That's very, it's potentially, it's anticoagulant is what it is. The safety notes for this, according to them, contains methyl salicylate, similar to the active ingredient aspirin, which is true. Do not overuse, especially in topical applications. Keep out of reach of children. Oh, when applied topically, it may increase the anticoagulant effect of blood thinners, which is true. Okay, cool. That's good. I'm glad they have that information there. Let's click on one more, and then we will run on over to their blends. Let's see. I was down here. Let's see what else. Okay, so peppermint. That's another one I love to check out. See what they have here. Not recommended for children under 2 years, so this should be under 6 years. Used in moderation, non-toxic, non-irritating. Not recommended for those who suffer from atrial fibrillation, which is true. Not recommended for use in conjunction with homeopathic remedies, which is potentially an issue. Use cautiously with high blood pressure. No, I wouldn't say that. Okay, cool. So I kind of have mixed feelings. I'm really impressed with some of the safety that they have for some of these, but they do have a lack of safety on other of their singles, so that's interesting. Okay, so let's check out some of their blends. All Heart, Big Smile, Bounce Back, Copaiba Plus, Awareness, Balance of Life, Breath of Life. So I wonder if this would be a blend for help with breathing? Yes, that's what I'm going to guess according to the list here that they have. So this would not, yes, thank you for having that. This would not be recommended to use with children under the age of 10 due to the eucalyptus and the rosemary. But here they say undiluted use not recommended for children. I would say do not, obviously do not ingest, but also do not inhale or use topically. You don't want children under age 10 to breathe in high 1,8 cineol essential oils because it can cause slowed respiration or labored breathing. Not recommended for pregnant women. Let's see, why would they flag that? Niauli, possibly. Okay, yeah, Ravinsera. Let me look that up for you in the essential oil safety files, and read to you the safety issues with Ravensara or Ravensara. So we have bark and we have leaf. It's not indicated on their website which one that they are using. Bark and leaf, like cinnamon bark and cinnamon leaf, share the same botanical name, but the safety issues are different. So Ravensara, bark and leaf are both safe for all ages, both safe for pregnancy, both safe for breastfeeding. However, they both have very low topical maxes. Especially bark is a 0.1%, leaf is 1%. So at least at 1%, it's somewhat manageable to attain the 1%. It's a little bit more difficult. It takes a lot more carrier to dilute to 0.1%. The bark is anticoagulant, has drug interactions. Both are potentially carcinogenic. So this blend I can't fully wholeheartedly recommend. And I'm not sure what lavender millet is. Don't know what that is. I've never heard of that type of lavender before. Let's take a look at, dill blend. That sounds interesting. Earth scent. I'm not really sure by their names what exactly they mean by what their titles are. Let's see. Earth scent is used to balance brain function, give mental support in cases of aging or slowing down of the mind. Okay, so we have which essential oils are in here. We have amyris, cedarwood, clary sage, ginger, juniper berry, juniper leaf, patchouli, and vetiver. So this to me is a very grounding, sedating blend. I can understand why earth is in the title, in the name. But where I'm confused is they're suggesting if your mind is slowing down, that this can help. And I'm not seeing the stimulating essential oils really in here. I'm seeing sedatives, so I'm not sure how helpful that formulation would be. I'd be interested to know who has success with that blend. Let's see. Yeah, it's really hard. See, prosperity. Essential oils aren't going to help you with prosperity specifically. Let's see. Surrender. Do essential oils help with surrender? I don't think so. Let's see. What else? Yeah, it's really hard to find what they mean by a lot of their names. Let's see what the 2B Well blend is. This is designed to support the immune system, fight off bacteria and viruses. And they're recommending that this is to be used with children. So let's see what the ingredients are. Eucalyptus, so this is for ages 10 plus. Then we have lemon, Ravensara, which we just went over is not the best choice in essential oils. We have tea tree, which is great for germs, and thyme linalool. I could think of a little bit better formulation. So Reagan is saying, yep, but it's technically an MLM, so you need to find a rep, but there are no minimums for ordering. So if you want to sign up under them on your own, that's cool. I signed up 6 to 7 years ago and have probably placed 15 orders total just to get their wholesale instead of retail prices. And I've never signed anyone up under me. I don't have a clue how to do it. Okay, well, it does look like you can order directly from their website, though. You can add to cart. See, the thing that struck me first off, okay, I am seeing this as California, so I'm not sure why, or if they do ship outside of the US, because this was recommended as a non-US brand, or at least the availability is that they can ship outside of the US. So I don't know, Reagan, if you know that or not. But what struck me first is their high prices, even their wholesale. I'm seeing their wholesale prices are higher than a lot of other websites offer for direct prices directly from their website. So even with a wholesale, they're kind of expensive. So let's see what their, I thought that said kids and collections. Okay, let me just click on a couple more of their blends. It's like, I'm really not sure what to click on because some of the names are a little bit arbitrary. To Be Happy. Okay, grapefruit, mandarin, orange, rose, spearmint, tangerine. That sounds delightful. That is definitely a happy blend. Yes, agreed. It also looks like their bottles are 10 ml size. A lot of blend bottles are 15 ml. So that is quite, ooh. Let's see what's in this $70 flower blend. Okay, because it contains jasmine, that makes sense. Rosewood, spruce, orange. Okay. Cocoa, neroli, clementine. Yeah, that's a pretty pricey blend. I wonder how that smells. It probably smells really good though. But if they're recommending to use it for perfume or cologne, if you do roll this on, you have to be careful. Jasmine and ylang ylang both have really low topical maxes, as does bergamot, 0.4. Phototoxicity potential for grapefruit. It's interesting how they have jojoba and then they list essential oils after that as well. So I don't know if this is in order of, how much they add. A lot of places do list these in order of strength, so you know that there's more rosewood than there is amyris. Other places list alphabetically, other places just do random order. I just find it interesting that the jojoba, which is a carrier, is kind of listed not at the end and not at the beginning. So that's interesting. What also I find interesting is the fact that it says 100% essential oils, but then it does list jojoba in here, which tells me that it's diluted. So that is something I have a question about. Okay. All right. So I think I've given enough of an assessment for you guys to get some sort of start on your opinions and your thoughts on if this is a brand that you want to purchase from. Let me say hello this way. If you have any questions about this brand, please feel free to ask your questions below in the comments. If you have any questions about blends that maybe I didn't assess because I didn't click on every single last one of them, if you have any questions or feedback on anything that I've said, if you want clarity, just let me know by leaving your comment below. So I am going to end this live and I'm going to start the next one. So I will see you guys in a few minutes.